Hi students, wish you happy new year. Now let us continue this lesson which we have started uh, um, last class. About bill of exchange we are discussing, and bill of exchange and promissory notes both are negotiable instruments. Negotiable instruments according to the Indian Negotiable Instruments Act of 1881, section 5 talks about the bill of exchange, and section 4 talks about the promissory notes. And this bill of exchange is a maker. The maker of the bill is the seller, whereas in promissory note, the maker of the promissory note is the buyer. Here the seller will order the buyer to pay the money on certain date, whereas in promissory notes, the buyer will promise that he will pay the sum of money after certain date. So this is the basic difference between a bill of exchange and promissory note. Now let us see the other things. What are the things we are going to see is the terms used in bill of exchange and promissory note. First of all, tenure of the bill means what? That is the date of the bill and the payment of day of the payment. Some of the important terms used in the bill of exchange and the promissory note are there. Tenure of the bill. Tenure of the bill. What do you mean by tenure of the bill? That's the date of the bill. The date of the bill, when the bill is drawn, that date as on the day of payment, which day they are going to pay the amount, whether after 3 months or 45 days, like that, whatever may be. Next comes the date of maturity and the days of the grace. What do you mean the date of maturity? Date of nothing but the day of payment. The day of payment is called the date of maturity. And suppose a bill is drawn on 1st April, means after 3 months I order you to pay. It means April full, May full, June full. After the June, that is the 1st July, it should be paid. Okay, but the grace time, what do you mean by grace time? For every bill, 3 days grace time will be given. That is called grace time. For example, 1st July the payment should be made, mean 3 days is added. The 4th July will be the day of payment. That 3 days is called as a grace time. Another important information is that suppose the bill is drawn and after the grace day, the day, that means after the 3rd day, the day may be a public holiday. This is a known holiday. For example, 26th January will be the payment day. That means after the grace time. That time everybody knows it's a holiday. So in such a case, the grace time will be at the previous day. That is the payment should be done on 25th January, not 26th, because 26th January is a Republic Day. Everybody knows it's a government holiday. So in such a case, 1 day earlier will be the payment day. This is one case. Another case, suppose 30th January is a payment day, means that particular 30th January is unexpected public holiday. In such a case, 31st January will be the payment day. So under the grace, days of grace, the 3 days will be given after the 3rd month or 4th month, whatever may be. That this 3 days will be the grace day, means the ending day. The 3rd day may be a known public holiday, means the payment should be made before day, that is a earlier day. And suppose that payment day is an unexpected public holiday, means the payment day definitely the next day. The next comes negotiation. What do you mean by negotiation? Transfer from one person to another. The negotiation itself says if the bill is allowed to pass from one person to another. Suppose A is the creditor, maker of the bill, means he has a right to transfer that bill in favor of his creditor, in favor of his supplier, whoever may be. And negotiation means transfer from one person to another. Then discounting the bill of exchange. Discounting, what do you mean by discounting the bill of exchange? Means suppose A has given time to B to pay the bill after 3 months. But A is in need of money. He cannot wait till the third month. So what he does, he goes to his banker and he asks him to accept the bill till the maturity date, and he takes some money, discounting, giving some percentage of charges to the banker. That charges is called the discounting of the bill. It will be calculated on the basis of using the PNR by 100 principle, formulae. This formula is used to find out the rate of discount. Suppose the bill value is 1000 rupees and he is submitting the bill 3 months. On the date of making the bill itself, he is A is submitting the bill to the banker. The rate of interest, that is probably the 5% means this goes 4 times, this goes 25 times, 250 times. Then you calculate this rate of 1250, sorry, 4 times, this goes 125 times, and sorry, we have not this one, this goes 20 times, this 20 will go 5 times, 5%. 5 rupees will be the discounting rate. 5 rupees will be discounting rate. That 5 rupees will be deducted as a charge, service charge by the bank. On the balance, 9,905 rupees will be given to the party who is submitting the bill for discounting. Okay, next comes holder in due course. What do you mean by holder in due course? Because we know under Negotiable Instrument Act, the bill will be passed from one person to another person. At the time of maturity, a person who holds the bill will be called as a holder in due course. Before the due date and for the valuable consideration, a person who is having legal rights to hold the bill for a valuable consideration. He might have given some value in consideration of this bill. So holder in due course before the due date and for the valuable consideration. And endorsement. Suppose one person passes the bill to, suppose A passes the bill to C, C passes the bill to D, D passes the bill to the E, F, like it goes till the maturity date. So that is called endorsement, passing the bill in favor of the third party. Not the seller or buyer is passing the bill in favor of third party is called endorsement. Endorsement, there are 3 types, major 3 types. Blank endorsement, simply signing and passing the bill in favor of a third party, or special endorsement, asking the particular person to have the bill. A particular person, special person, mentioning his name, and it will be signed by the maker of the bill to get it endorsed. And restricted endorsement, restricted after this endorsement, the bill should not be passed on to anybody else. So that limit is called restricted endorsement. Endorsement means passing one bill in favor of another person. These are the 3 different types of endorsement. So let us recall the terms used in bill of exchange or promissory notes is called the tenure of the bill, or date of the tenure of the bill, date of the bill, and the day of the payment. When the bill is drawn and when it's will get to payment, it's where to be presented for the payment, and the date of maturity and the days of grace. 3 months means that 3 months, 90 days will be taken for consideration, and plus 3 days grace time will be given. 3 days will be calculated, used for waiting for the bill to be paid. And negotiation, transfer from one person to another, it's allowed by the law under the Negotiable Instruments Act. Discounting the bill of exchange. If suppose the maker of the bill needs the money in urgent, means he has to send the bill to his banker. He present the bill to his banker and asking to have the bill till the last date, that means day of maturity, and get the payment to be made by discounting, paying some charges to the banker. That banker will call it as a discounting charges. And holder in due course, before the due date, a person who is legally having the bill for valuable consideration. And endorsement, passing one bill from to another person, you keep on moving the bill. It is a blank endorsement, special endorsement, restricted endorsement. Blank means simply signing and sending. Special endorsement, writing the person whom to be endorsed, and restricted, and after this person the bill should not be endorsed to anyone else. It's called restricted. Generally, this type of endorsement will be taken place in the business payments or settled through the endorsements. So most of the business payments will be settled through the endorsements. So now we have seen the terms used in the bills of exchange. Then the treatment of bill. How will you treat the bill of exchange? We'll see in the next.